Well, hello again. This is the Ohio Ram Show, and I'm your host, Lee Kreider. I have sure had a lot of trouble getting this video together. Energy levels, including a power outage right in the middle of everything, a lost file, what have you. But I think we may get it put together, and I hope you'll enjoy this. What we're doing this time is just some snippets from things that was going on around Time Station 41 on Tuesday evening and all day yesterday, Monday evening and all day yesterday, Tuesday. Give you some insights of what happens at a time station. You see, my mind is even boggled about what day it is. Time stations are really a neat thing to happen when they're staffed, and great things happen around it. And I hope by looking at what you're going to see here, you get some idea of what it's all about. Come on out to our time stations. We have two: Time Station 41 at Oxford, Time Station 42 at Blanchester. They're easy to find. Just look up the McDonald's restaurant and look around. You'll see them there. We are very proud about these time stations, and you're going to see why. In a day or so, I'm going to get down to Blanchester to do some filming there as well, where John and Amy McFadden captain that particular time station, another important one in our bevy of two time stations here. And we hope that this video might even get spread around a little bit and might enthuse some other people for staffing time stations elsewhere. I know if you've looked at our Ohio Ram Show programs on here, which you can see at the archive at ohioramshow.com, you'll see that web address at the beginning, and should be maybe running below here on the could be. You'll see archives of past shows that we have done, but you'll see these racers all commend the staff time stations as being very important to their morale and so forth. We try to help the racers, we try to help the fans, we try to help the crews, the officials, and the most important thing we probably do is to interpret the race to people who drop by. As they see our time stations, they just drop in and say, well, what is this? And say, well, this is the race across America, this is Ram. And of course they first of all don't believe that such a thing can happen, but we try to point out to them how it is happening. So enjoy these little snippets, and we hope that it might enthuse you to start a time station, start staffing a time station somewhere close to you. I know that there's a lot of opportunity. If you got any questions on the website, ohioramshow.com, you'll find a link where you can get in touch with me. Just click on the old guy standing in the ocean with the bike over his head, and I will try to put you in touch with the right people so that you can either get involved in time stations that are already staffed, or maybe start one of your own. Your community, if the race goes close by you, there's no reason why you can't have a time station there. It takes a little work and a little effort, but I can tell you one thing, as you'll see in this video, once you get the bug, there's no way to get rid of it. And thank you for watching. And what's your name?
Darius.
Darius. You live here in Oxford?
Yeah, at the Oxford West.
And what are you doing here?
Just visiting America.
Visiting America. Where do you live when you're not in America?
I live in Moldova.
Moldova.
It's in Europe.
Yes. Is that near Slovenia?
No.
No. Help me.
It's near Romania and Ukraine.
Oh, okay. Okay. You see, I'm not up on my geography too much. So, let's see your shirt there. What's that say?
I can't read it.
Event staff celebrating 30 years. Actually, it's more than 30 years. But you know why? You know what's going on here?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the race across America.
Okay.
And you just wander in, or did you come with somebody?
I'm becoming a staff person.
Staff person. Okay, very good. And somebody bring you?
What?
Somebody bring you?
Yeah, my mom.
Your mom. So, have you ever seen anything like this before?
No.
No? What do you think's going to happen?
I don't know.
You're going to find out, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we're glad to have you here. Moldova. I'll have to look that up.
What it says, and you can write. Okay. Only if I understand what it says.
So, like start, well this is the bottom, so I'm starting here and I'm doing it like this. And so, we need, like, this one,
Okay.
I guess we have to
We
write
have to do them
underneath
one
it.
at a time.
Yeah, we may have to write it all
it says
first.
it says 3 over here.
Yeah, I know by looking at the front. Susan Lee. So we have enough for 2 boards.
American English world.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Angela Trubchak.
And could I guess and say you might be from Moldova as well?
Yes.
That young man I just talked to is probably your
Yes,
son.
he's my son. He's my 9 years old son, my youngest.
And why are you in Oxford, Ohio?
I'm a student. I'm a Muskie Fellow. I've got a scholarship, Muskie Scholarship last year. And I came here in August last year. I'm a graduate student at Miami University in Educational Leadership Department.
Oh, okay. And are you involved with this Golden Try group, or are they just...
Yes, Dr. Romanier, which is my professor and my academic advisor,
Okay.
she invited me here. She said, Angela, you have to come here. So that's why I'm here. And
Are
I
you a
took my son.
cyclist at all, or...
Yeah, I used to cycle. Actually, I'm a volleyball player. I'm not a professional cyclist, but I like
Okay. well,
cycling.
very well. I thought for a while here you might be Madame Defarge. Do you know Madame Defarge from
No, I don't
a,
understand this expression.
A Tale of Two Cities? She used to sit down by the guillotine in Paris, and as they were taking care of kings and queens and princes and what have you, at the guillotine she would knit. But you're actually crocheting? Is that crocheting?
Yes, this is crocheting. I'm making a doily, and I'm going to give it to Liz.
Okay.
Yeah, as a symbol of friendship.
Good, good. So it's not now, Madame Defarge. She stitched the names of the people who had their heads chopped off in her. But you're not.
No,
You're non-violent.
no, I'm not violent at all. I'm very peaceful.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
A bunch of really awesome.
Well, we're here this evening with Lisa Brunkhorst, who is the most enthusiastic Ram supporter I have ever run across. Good evening, Lisa.
Hey Lee, welcome back.
And well, first of all, tell me a little about your own cycling. How did you get into cycling? And
My neighbor Laura Cohen bugged me to death. I couldn't run anymore on my knees, and she said cycling was wonderful, so 5 years ago I started cycling.
do you know that most cyclists are runners with bad knees?
That wouldn't surprise me.
And so you got involved with the Golden Try. Tell us a little bit about Golden Try,
Yeah.
what it is.
The Golden Tries, 4 years ago, a group of women who were 50 plus decided to get in shape mentally and physically. And we started by training for a triathlon at Miami. We've done the triathlon each year since then. It's a sprint triathlon. And we've gone on to do half marathons and bike rides. 9 Golden Tries just went down to the Horsey 100 in Lexington, and everyone did between 60 and 100 miles. And we range in age from the newbie at 50 to 73.
So this is an organization. Now let me get this straight. You have to admit to being 50 to get in this group. Is that right?
We're proud of it. We earned it.
Well, I think so. So you when did you first get involved here with the Rams?
3 years ago, I stopped by and I got hooked immediately by what they were doing. The charities, the endurance, the mental and physical toughness. And there weren't enough people to appreciate it, so the Golden Tries took it on and said, this is going to be big in Oxford from now on, and we're going to try to make it big elsewhere. And we've tried to get Bloomington involved this year. We've been contacting them, and we have more ideas for in the future for how to make it even bigger in other places so that the whole United States takes notice.
Well, I think it's a wonderful thing because I know I do this Ohio Ram show, and every time I interview one of the racers, they always mention how important it is or what great a boost it is when they have a time station that's staffed. And of course, they always mention Oxford, and I mentioned Blanchester. There's only about a half a dozen, but I think you're right. I think we need to have a lot more of those. So you kind of spark plug this here. That's what I've called you before, the spark plug. I've heard that it's hard to say no to you.
Well, good, because I've been asking. Yeah, we're trying to spread the word, increase the number of volunteers, because we want to make it big here, and maybe someday there'll be a Time Station 41 Ram team, and so we have to make sure we have enough people to hold the station down if we do that.
Yeah, that would be, I don't know that anything like that's ever been done before, but that would be great. And I think I've been in contact with a couple of people who have staff stations across the nation. Hopefully we can find some kind of network so we can get together and talk, what they do, what we do, share and what have you. Well, thank you, Lisa. I tell you what, this wouldn't be what it is without you.
Well, it wouldn't be here without you. You're the one that got us going.
Well, we struggled along here at Oxford for a while, and just didn't seem to click. And I thought, this is the right community. It's the right place. It's the right everything. And then one day, you folks just sort of kind of bubbling out of the woodwork, and that's what kind of made things work. I'm going to go over here and talk to Jim Lawyer. He's shy,
Yeah, but he's the glue. This year, he's the glue.
Yeah.
You and Lee are the glue.
Well, I'm not the glue
You
I
and
used to
Jim
be, but
are
I had to back off. But it's just such a joy to be here with you, Lisa. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Basically, I started riding because I have cerebral palsy on my right side, and was told that it would probably help strengthen my right side, and it has. I got hooked up with a very good bike mechanic who has helped me fit and do things on my bike to help balance my power, my missed power, I guess if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first started riding, I was 80% on my left side, 20 on my right. Now I'm about 51-49.
Okay.
So.
And I believe, if I'm not right, you have different size crank arms.
That is correct. I've got 175 on the left and 165 on the right.
And I've known you for a number of years, but that's the first time I knew what the reason for your...
Right, yeah. I mean, used to wear a brace and everything, but kind of have worked out of that, and cycling has helped me do that.
So how did you get recruited into working in Ram?
Well, that same friend who does my bikes had a friend who was involved, Doug.
Doug Phillips?
Yeah, Doug Phillips over in Blanchester. And he said, come on out and help us. So I got hooked in over there, and then just kind of flowered into it, and left Blanchester to come over here and help with Oxford. And like Oxford so much, we just stayed here.
But you kind of had the whole thing dumped in your lap by me.
I wouldn't say dumped. I mean, I think we worked well together, and we still work well together. The fact that you're here tonight doing this. But I don't think dumped is the right word. I think it's a challenge, and it's fun, and I like being here helping. So.
Well, and Jim's our technical guru. He has all these interesting computer setups here, and creates hotspots for us and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's greatly appreciated. And I think all these tents or the awnings or whatever you call them belong to you, don't they?
Yep.
And I know that Jim Lawyer pours a lot of his own resources into this, and a lot of people do. But it's deeply appreciated, and you got to be the busiest person I know.
Unfortunately, yeah. I especially right now, work's being real tough, so I haven't devoted enough time to RAM that I wanted to. But we're here, and we're trying to make it work.
Well, this morning your value really cut through when the RAM website crashed, and because you had links to the leaderboard and the GPS and what have you on the OhioRam.org website, we were able to get in and see what was going on. So that was greatly appreciated.
Yeah, that was a good thing. Yep.
That was a good thing you did, Jim.
Definitely.
We appreciate it.
No problem.
Well, we sure appreciate everything you do, Jim. You just do a magnificent job. I can't even, I'm going to do a sweep around here after a while and just show all the stuff that's here. And
Okay.
80% of it comes from Jim's own hand, and so thank you very much, Jim.
Well, thank you, and thank you for your continued help.
We're here with a crew member, and our first thing I want to know is how to pronounce Rito's name.
Well, it's very easy. Rito, you can pronounce it in nearly every language, but his last name is Schoch. Schoch. S-C-H-O-C-H. Quite easy. Not shock, it's a soft shock at the end.
Well, I once studied Hebrew, and that was also, you had to learn to get those things down in there.
Voice, yeah.
And you're one of his crew members.
Yes, I'm one of his crew members. I'm his cousin.
And his cousin. What's your name?
My name is Oliver.
Oliver. And we're here waiting his arrival. How's he doing?
He's fine so far. Well, the conditions are not easy. Well, it's never easy at RAM, the conditions. Well, he loves to ride the bike, and he does it quite good. Yeah.
Well, we found that out last year, much to our amazement.
This year he's even faster than last year, but well, unfortunately for us, but incredibly for the sport itself, Christoph is faster, even faster than that. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. That's right. And what's your role on the crew?
Oh, my role. I have not a special role in this team. I have his relative. I followed him at all his races. I could accompany him, and well, yeah, it's good questions. I have no special role in this team. We have a lot of specialists like cycling mechanics, car mechanics, physio, medicines. I'm just here to treat him and look after him, that he has everything he needs to have a great race here.
And how many crew members you have?
We are 12, including 3 guys especially for media. They are not exactly all the time with us. They make a report about RAM this year, so they follow also at all the other athletes.
So I see you got your RV parked back there. You got some crew members sleeping, have you?
Oh yes, they are all sleeping, or we hope they are sleeping, because it's going to the end of RAM after 6 days. It's very busy for all the crew members, and it's hard to get people sleep during the day, because they have to sleep during the day. We need, especially the drivers, to be fit. They do the most dangerous job, riding during nights, right behind Reto, a few meters behind him. It needs so much concentration, and 2 days before, when we had rain, heavy rain, it's very, very difficult to stay concentrated. That's why it's, for safety reasons, important that they sleep as much as possible.
Got another crew member here. What's your name, sir?
My name is Simon.
Simon.
Yeah.
And are you a catch-all person on the crew, or you have any specialties you do?
I'm also in the crew for I'm paramedic. I look for the sagt man dem Gesundheit for the
So in the medical treatment team.
So you're one of the medics.
yes, I'm one of the medics and driver for the camper and the follow car. Special driver, yeah.
Okay, very well. So we're looking forward to seeing him here before, well, certainly within the hour, I would think. He probably no more than an hour out. Probably closer than that.
Yeah.
Probably closer than an hour. So, well, thank you for your time.
Thanks.
I think also what I read a comment about the fire that they had to actually put masks on them and so on. Not our guys, huh? Not the first two. Huh? There was fire just near Wolf Creek Pass before we started to go up, but the fire was on the other side of the valley. Really, we were not bothered at all with the smoke, huh? No. And I think the big fire was way north. Huh?
Colorado Springs.
Yeah, Colorado Springs. Huh?
So you're here again.
I'm here again. Huh? Nice to see you again. Huh?
Yeah. You just keep coming back.
Well, yeah, I got the virus. Huh? The Ram virus. You can't get rid of
We've
it.
told people if they don't want to get infected, don't come out.
Yes, that's right. Well, you know, once you're done, the first Ram is very, very hard, and you know, America just flies by, especially when you're with teams.
Yeah.
You take a nap for about 3 hours, and all of a sudden they're all gone, huh? And then you have to find your next interstate to catch up with them, huh?
Yeah.
And
So how many years have you officiated?
7.
7. But you weren't here last year, were you?
No, because I'm in tourism. I'm a tour guide. And
Yes, I
last
knew
year
that.
was a good year. Well, I'm taking Americans around Europe, huh? And last year was a good year. But then in November, it looked like a very, very bad year. I mean, it's the financial crisis and everything. It seems to be not too bad. But I'm also getting a little older, I guess, and I'm going to slow down now. Which is one good thing in my profession. I do not have to stop from one moment to the next. I can slow down and then just do a little less. Huh?
That's good to see you again.
Look at my outfit here. Huh?
Oh, I like that. I've never seen one that does that. That's
Yeah, but
awesome.
somebody told me you look like one of these,
Christmas tree.
you know, strange guy. I mean.
Well, here is how I live. This is my home away from home. My electrical service here, which goes outside the window, which left open last night despite the rain. Here's my mattress. My pillow, which is another sleeping bag. Phone, iPad, computer. Everything I could want is right here except, well, except the bathroom, which I need.
So Lee, were you here?
This is Danny Bies from Switzerland, number 3. Okay, well, we're here this morning with Kate, and Kate, there's two things that I have trouble with. Your last name, how to spell it, and how to pronounce it.
Kate Rumanier.
Rumanier. I have to get that straightened out every year.
From Oxford, Ohio.
Oxford, Ohio.
I'm a member of the Golden Tries Women Over 50 Bicycle Group, and I'm a member of the Oxford City Council.
Yes, and that's been a good thing for us here to have you in that critical spot. None of us are voters here. Well, I guess
I'll get you to vote. As long as you vote somewhere.
Vote somewhere, yeah. And now you work at the university, do you not?
Yeah, education professor. Yeah.
Very good. And tell me how did you get into cycling? How did you get into Golden Tries? How did that all happen?
So we had a friend who was a music professor who, about 5 years ago, called all our friends who were over 50 and said we ought to do the Miami University Student Triathlon. And most of us said, no way. But she kept pushing, and I said, well, okay, I'll try it. I'll try the biking, because I used to bike about 10, 15 miles with a partner about 10 years before. So we started getting involved. We called ourselves the Golden Tries because we're preparing for a triathlon, and also because we try really hard. And we developed a motto, which is Fear Us, because we're so powerful. We're strong women over 50. And also Fear Us because we might run you off the road, because we're all amateurs. So then we did the first Miami University Triathlon. We've done about 4 now, most of us. And then we really liked biking the most. Swimming, we all learned how to swim again, and we learned how to run and walk again, but biking was our favorite. So we kept biking regularly. And then Ram was coming through Oxford. How long's Ram been coming through Oxford? 5, couple of years.
4, maybe 5.
I forget. I know they moved it. It was in Hamilton the first year.
Yeah.
And then we talked them into moving it up here.
So we'd seen Ram. I remember coming to my first stop here at the station, and there was a woman who was a woman biker who was covered with tattoos. Does anyone remember her? Man, she was high. She was just a dynamo of a woman, and I thought, wow, these people are crazy and intense. And she might have just been on the support team, but she was a support team for an all-women crew. So we all sort of stopped by and learned about Ram, and then last year or 2 years ago we were helping out, and then this year we sort of took over. Or last 2 years we've been taking over for it.
Well, you certainly have, and it's been great. I think the person you're talking about may have been a support crew for Janet Christensen.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's who she was.
And she had a real interesting nickname, but it eludes me at the moment.
She looked fantastic.
Yeah.
She was pretty striking.
Yeah.
And so I think we've been watching the women's crew, watching the women bikers particularly.
Did you hear that Shauna Hogan is out?
I heard about that. She got.
Don't know what.
Her van got. Is she the one whose van got hit from behind?
No.
Oh no, she's out.
No.
Hogan is the leader. I asked media about it. They didn't know anything about it.
It's too bad. We love the women, and in fact, of the Golden Tries, a few of them are dreaming about doing Ram in 2 years for Women Over 50 group, and it would be 4 or 6 people, riders. And I'm not going to ride, but I'd be the support van. I mean, I'm so psyched about this stuff. So I did the support van.
You can't do this until you recruit enough people to support this time station. You understand that?
That's a good point. Yeah.
We won't let you go.
And then this year I've been on City Council, and we got a proclamation at the City of Oxford tonight, as we did last year. And I've got the police and the fire. We just did a fire volunteer here, and the police are coming by, and the whole city. And one of my council colleagues just dropped off some drinks and water from a Lions Club event that they had. So we get a lot more support. We get a lot more visibility and support.
Did I hear something about Ram Day here at Oxford?
Yeah, today is we're going to have a proclamation tonight at City Council at 7:30. And it'll be official Ram Day in Oxford, Ohio.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, I just can't tell you, some of us struggled here for several years, and I think I've told you this before. We come darn close to saying it's just too much to keep 2 time station staff, and then you people just it bubbled up. All of a sudden these people are signing up on the website and saying, "I'll help," and I said, "Who are these folks?" And they one right after another.
I think
it was wonderful.
It is really amazing. I mean, not only were you like women. Some people are retired, so they got a little bit of time. But also, the group of Golden Tries has their fingers in like every corner of Oxford community. So we got people coming from all around the town. So it's really helped.
And you know, I could tell people the key of staffing a time station, and I know they'd like to have more staff stations. You can get cyclists to come in, like the Cincinnati Cycle Club or the Dayton Cycle Club, and you'll get some people. But in both cases here at Oxford and Blanchester, the key has been finding somebody in that community that gets the bug.
Yeah.
And that makes the difference.
You got to get the bug.
You got to get it, and it has to be a local person. I mean, Martin and I were driving hundreds and hundreds of miles trying to get things going down here, and boy, when we found you, that was the key. Kate, thanks a lot.
It's great being here.
Yeah.
See you next year. We'll be here next year.
Well, hopefully I will be too.
All right, we'll see you then.
All right, thanks, Kate. Yeah, break her up a little.
So good.
Gerhard!
Ist gut, man bleibt kurz stehen, man bleibt kurz stehen. So, sehr gut.
Gerhard Gulwitz.
So.
His 8th ram. 8 times.
Does he? Oh, no. That's a shame.
You want me to say
Yeah,
it?
go ahead.
Jamie Narragon.
And you're an official?
Yes, regional.
Regional official.
Yep.
From where?
Toledo, Ohio.
Toledo. I've been there. Okay, well, go out there and officiate.
Sure will try.
Well, that's a story from Time Station 41, Oxford, Ohio. You see, we have a lot of fun, a lot of work, but people are really involved, and we would hope that if you live in Southwest Ohio, you might join up and get involved too. You can go to the website ohioram.org to find out more. Again, if you'd like to have more information, sign up, get any kind of contacts, you can contact me at the show website, ohioramshow.com. The logo you'll see here at the end of this show. You may wonder why I talked about Rito Schuch, whatever his name is, Schuch. You see, I've had trouble with that. My name's German, but I sure can't speak German. Why I didn't get a film of him coming into the time station. We were out there waiting for him. It was up 12:30 in the morning, at 12:30 after midnight, and we waited there for him to show up. But I'm old, and the longer we waited, the more I had needs, and I knew that just as soon as I answered those needs, he would show up, and sure enough he did. But that's life with Ram and the Race Across America. And our next show should come to you from Time Station 42 in Blanchester, if the power doesn't fail and my power doesn't fail. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.